Spirit's saying it's time to let go of fear. There's no stopping you. There's no stopping you from the next part of life. Slow and Steady has won the race for a very long time. But just as there is a time of picking up pace, there has to be an in-between of going slow and steady wins the race, full throttle. There's a jogging section of your life you are currently in. And it's time to let go of fear. The only thing that can hold you back from this next part is allowing the parasite to make you live in here in a world that's not actually going out here. The parasite loves to make you think things are darker than they are. Don't get me wrong. We have parts of our life that are very dark, and our sense of wanting things to be so okay overpowers seeing what's really going on in front of your eyes. Here's the thing, you're far from that part of your life. You have lived so long being hyper-focused and aware of red flags, ready for things to go good and go wrong or bad. That's not the world you live in anymore. You had to release years of toxic tendencies, people, thoughts, behaviors. And there's a cycle that's been finished that you may not be fully aware of. Something about a 7-year cycle that has been closed. And it's not that 7 years you were destined to have fucked up shit happen to you and blah blah blah. No, it was a 7-year cycle of retaining self-love. You hear a lot of times people coming online and trying to state these such drastic things. And I feel like I'm taking a moment here to let you guys know to always use your discernment. Whenever there's a person in any form of influencer or a social media presentation or person, you know what I'm trying to say, a persona, no matter if it's spiritual, fitness, mental health, etc. If there's a sense of them like trying to push fear onto you or to only believe what they're saying, it's a red flag. Straight up. No matter what field you're in, no matter what type of media you're watching, if the source that's telling you the information is true, they will always let you know what's happening. Rip the Band-Aid off, but not leave you there dry. They're going to put ointment on it for you. That isn't buttering shit up. What the fuck do you do when you have a cut or an injury? The doctor has to stitch it up. The doctor has to hurt something to make something heal. But the doctor's not just going to open you up and leave you there, right? No, the doctor's going to take what needs to be done, fix, and heal. Somebody needed to hear that. This 7-year cycle that just concluded was a cycle of trauma. Of others' depictions of love, of loyalty, of protection, no longer affecting your inner truth. You're a very strong person, but we're all humans, and we have moments where the people surrounding us, either of the past or current, depending on the situation you're in, can misstrued or confuse what love is to you, specifically. Spirit saying, there's not a sense in this energy of somebody to forgive. What I mean by that is two people who deeply are in their own thoughts and are like, I'm ready to be back in your life. I'm so grateful for the time apart. I see things differently now. The stepping stones. I'm glad everything happened the way exactly it did, because if it didn't, it wouldn't have led me back to you. It also wouldn't have led me down this whole self-love journey. When you're in love, truly in love, and you have each other's backs, it does not fucking matter what anybody else says. You know your truth together. And it's not the intensity, I'm not sitting here trying to do the intensity of, it's us against the world. Don't get me wrong, there are times where when you're with your person, like, you should know if it ever came to that point, we would have each other. But there's also a slither of toxicity in that. It's almost this mentality of everybody else is out to get us, and I'm the only one that's on your side, and that's toxic. You see, you have been in separation from a person where all you meant when you were together in the beginning, no matter if it's been years, decades, months, etc. It's collective text what resonates. You had pure intentions, but a lot of the things you did, both of you did, not just you, were toxic. Because you were unhealed. Because you were repeating what you thought love was supposed to look like. What I see right now, somebody is suppressing their thoughts from you. But the future is so near between you two. We face today with optimism and are grateful to be alive. We see that yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not yet come, and we only have today. Our letting go of lower energies of guilt, fear, and anger, and pride has evaluated the weight of the past and cleared the clouds of the future. All of the self-realization, all of the going into, instead of stating, I'm angry, I'm pissed off. No, why? And it's not, why am I angry? Why am I no, why? Where did this stem from? What did this trigger? I know myself. You've embraced the lower energies don't mean bad. High and low frequencies are all promised. Low frequency is restoration. High frequency is go baby energy. Pre-workout effects. You're promised both. So it's about not finding people that you only stay in high vibrations with. It's about being with the people you can experience all of it with. This one was calling too. The key is to let go of being judgmental of others. Preferences or feelings, or feeling prideful about your own as the right way, as your way is the only way. Accept that all relationships have their ups and downs, and you have to be a sense of humor about the human condition itself and its seeming contradictions and paradoxes. We're literally talking about this. The right way. When you saw me stated as so, it feels like we're going back into how other people's right ways of love is what you were taught. Love has to be this way. It has to be this amount of time. You can't say this before this. You have to be in a certain radius. You have to have certain things alike, blah, blah, blah. During your time of separation, it feels more like on your end, you've always not cared what other people think, but this person did. Okay, because you had different dynamics. I feel like you were very much a, what's it called, like the black sheep of the family. Could have been a background character and it felt like you were a background character in life for a long time. Now you know very differently. You know that was your underdog story, etc. It seems like this person paired with you. I'm not saying that they had this crazy easy life or anything like that. But there is an energy of them being more front face growing up than you. Very much in a state of, maybe there was this might sound a little very much in the human condition part, but it's going to be an understandable thing. You could have been more of like a less popular person growing up, and they were a popular person growing up. That tenacity, that energy. It's collective, still takes what resonates. There's just this energy of very much you've always been beautiful, but you've like aged like a fucking fine wine. And this person, they still are aging like a fine wine, but there's just this energy of like a magnitude about them. And in the past, when you thought, man, why, and this is a long time ago, why does nobody notice me? Why does it seem that I'm like the last picked in things, or a second thought, an afterthought? It prepared you for all of the power, attention, ability to help others, stay humble, the ability to not give a fuck what anybody thinks. This person learned this after you. Okay? It's okay to be annoyed. That's part of being human. And that's another thing. You used to feel like you had to be so perfect for people. And deep down, you always actually knew you were just trying to be perfect for what you thought would make people like you. It's crazy how people can love you for who you are. You can have people that are in love with you. Then you think you're just friends or just passing by in each other's life. And when you're being your authentic self and not noticing that somebody finds you attractive physically, mentally, in every way. And as soon as you realize somebody does, you shift and start trying to do things differently than how you would, because you think that will make somebody like you, and that will be the exact thing that makes somebody not feel interested anymore. This is a big representation. It's about applying yourself first. And one of the best things I suggest people, when you go into relationships, go into the relationship like it is your friend. When you're starting to talk to somebody, see them as a friend. It shouldn't be from the very beginning this deep, like, we're always just going to be romantic and I have to do things perfect and blah, blah, blah. It makes intensity. The comfort is what makes people, let's say it this way, your beauty, your excitement, your tenacity is what brings people in. What makes them stay is your comfort. It's your loyalness. And people see they have to earn that. And there was a long time of your life where you just gave it out freely. You see, this is a love reading, but it's a self-reflection reading as well. They need you to see nobody, and when I say they, I mean spirit, need you to see that nobody can get in the way of what is yours. And they want you to keep a balance of that humbleness with putting your fucking chest up, saying, this is mine. A real leader doesn't have to call themselves a leader. A real provider of any form, even more than material. I'm talking about a provider of spiritual support, a provider of emotional support, and the provider goes back and forth. A real provider doesn't have to state it, they're just it. And then there's times of justifying. You know what? I am a leader and I'm going to notice that right now, but I'm not going to stick to this energy of keeping myself a leader means I have to always look perfect, or I'm always in check with my emotions. I'm always doing the right things. A leader is humble. A leader admits to their wrongs and encourages others to do the same. You're a warrior. And they needed you to see all of this before you could be in a relationship with somebody that's long term. Some of you here could have had like back and forth relationships in between the time of seeing this person, or just going on dates and etc. and just being like, you know, like, I feel this, like, these are good people, or etc., but it's just not working out. It was all guided. So, we understand you're ready. Spirit doesn't want you to do slow and steady wins the race anymore. They need you to release fear. This summer is about love for you. Romantic love. You're always going to have platonic love. You're always going to have your self-love. That is where that 7-year cycle has left. Nothing can curse you if you don't let it. And I mean that. Most people don't realize curses start by believing in them. I know that maybe like people have this envision of curses like viruses. Like just by simply being around something or someone that it's going to be contagious. And I get that. It's not completely wrong, but it's not completely right either. If you're a low vibrational person and you're hanging around all these sources, that's consuming. That's like drowning yourself in toxicity and making yourself a level of where that curse or that intention or that vibration of certain people, you need it so it can transfer. But if you're high vibrational, if you believe wherever I put my attention, Spirit's always going to make it happen for me. And even if I'm this extremely high vibrational person, I'm still going to have moments where I really question my own judgment. Moments. And if wondering if I'm going down the right path or whatever. If you're a high vibrational person, it counterreacts. And you don't instantly just get pulled down by having those momentary thoughts or human errors, because it's not a tally game. It's a surfboard. Okay? It would take you countless amounts of times of changing your behaviors at this point to make you down here. You're up here. Okay? So certain curses or intentions or whatever, I'm not saying anything is trying to be sent your way, but if anything was, is, or will be one day, it can't match you if you're not that frequency. And the only thing that can make it come to somehow, if you're a high vibration and it rise up to you, is if you believe in it. Tell this all the time to people who come into my readings asking about, is there been a curse or something placed on me and etc. And I'm telling you, no matter how simple it sounds, if you don't believe in it, it doesn't have control over you. That is my universal truth. I'm not throwing it on anybody. It's intention-based actions. If you have anything sent your way that no longer serves you, it returns to the sender. And that person who sent it has to deal with from there whatever comes their way. Because they brought it on themselves, you see. Nobody's cursing your love life. Nobody's cursing your happiness. You are the only one that can allow that in. And I have faith that you won't allow any of that in. So this summer is about you receiving this romantic love. The person that's closest attached to you, it's definitely somebody of your past, because you've walked in this life together before. That's definitely for sure. There's a person you've had to go into separation with. You're wondering how they feel about you right now. They think you're like that aged with fine wine. It's just like, how do you continue to do what you do? They're deeply sexually attracted to you. This person, there's a possibility the last time you were together, maybe there was a real big difference in the way that you looked, but also felt about yourself, 1010%. But looks are a thing here. It's not the most important thing in the world, but it's part of human nature. To be with somebody, you have to be attracted to them, and there's nothing wrong with that. This person was always attracted to you, but they're even attracted to you more now, and they've been watching your talents. They've been watching you share whatever your form of wisdom or creativity or ability to help others. This person does watch you from afar. They've been having a strategy to think on when or how to reach out to you. I think you have as well for them. It feels like it's the masculine's destiny to reach out to the feminine, no matter who was the last to reach out or speak. This dynamic does feel like it's the masculine. Even if the feminine was the one that never responded back, even if the feminine was never the one who, or even if the feminine was the one who deleted, etc. Go with me here. You should have, if you're the masculine here, this is your reading, okay? The person I'm talking about has never told you, don't contact me. The person has never stated, I don't want anything to do with you. If somebody has told you, if you have somebody in your mind and they have literally told you before, I don't want anything to do with you, please do not contact me again, etc. That is not the person's energy we're channeling in this reading. There could have, a thing that makes sense in this reading is they could have blocked you at some point, but never told you, don't ever contact me again. They could have unfriended you. They could have ignored your texts. They could have not met up when you agreed to meet up. That is mixed in with this energy for sure. So, with all that being said, you must use your discernment from there. Remember, spirit is the GPS. Angel numbers and signs and animals and channelers are the voice navigation system. And you are the vehicle. You have the choice to listen to the voice navigation system. You have a choice to watch the GPS. But you are the one in control of the turns. And all spirit does, if you took a turn too soon, too late, all spirit does is reroute you, and then the voice navigation system leads you from there. So, with that being said, it does feel like no matter if it was the feminine or masculine who last ended the conversation or unfriended or etc., the masculine knows it's in their destiny to reach out to the feminine. What do we got from here? So if you are the feminine here, understand the masculine is a bit of an indecision right now because he is, or they, masculine just means the more dominant one in the dynamic. And I mean, most of the time that does end up being the male. But remember, okay, masculine and feminine has nothing to do with gender. Some of you here are in same-sex relationships. Some of you here, the woman is the masculine and the man is the feminine. It doesn't matter. All this is about energy. Whoever the masculine is in sense of indecision on how to reach out to you. If it's, and they're still in a sense of, do they want me to? Does my feminine, who I believe my feminine is, or at least in this moment, the person that is spirit's guiding me to see as the feminine, and let the trickling effect, let the stepping stones take it from there. The one that I know there's some form of unfinished story. They're still figuring out if you're the feminine here in front of me, if you see that masculine as a monster or as an angel in a sense, like an earth angel. If you're the masculine here, I think for a long time they did see you as the monster or the devil. There was a sense of deflection and other people pointing a finger at you in their life, okay? But now it's not that way at all. They see you as an earth angel. They see you as the pathless chosen. The masculine is asking for confidence and assistance from their guides to receive signs, to reach out to the feminine. Big signs are unicorns, horses, a lot of Roman mythology overall. You could be, if you're the masculine, you literally could see a lot of things about spears and shields specifically. Like you'll just be seeing things about shields and spears, and this is letting you know that you're guarded, you're protected no matter what happens. You don't know if you don't try. But the thing is that's important is it's coming in with confidence and receiving more than like 3D world signs about reaching out to them. It's not about coming in this way where you're hooding the reality of the situation. It's not coming in being like, hey, how are you? There is a little level, there's an in-between of not going full running and being like, I miss you, can we get back together? Or let's get back in each other's lives. I just want to be a positive force. But it can't be something as little as hey either. It's a middle ground offer. If you're the feminine, if you want this person to reach out to you, subliminal messaging, telepathic messaging, it's imperative for you to do right now, and they will receive it. Send energy to the masculine that you're curious about where this can go between each other. Masculine, come with a sense of simplicity and confidence. Be humorous, be yourself. There's a lot of Scorpio and Gemini placement I feel going throughout this reading. So that could be you, them, it could be one of your moon signs as well. Or it could just overall be the sun, the rising, etc. But it does feel like the moon is playing of deep importance to both of your moon signs and your sun. And the rising is probably something more of a, they're wanting you to graze past and focus more on, because that makes sense, because the sun is overall who you are, a gist, right? The moon is how you deal with things internally, and the rising is how other people perceive you. And so what they're saying right now is it doesn't matter how other people perceive you or them. What matters is that sun and moon. Let the lightning hit. Let you two soar in the skies. Let you two walk this ground together. That's what I got for y'all today. Now we're going to talk about two awesome things. One, the Spiritual Colorado Adventure. We have 2 spots added. You have until June 16th. I know that's very close. Okay, the cutoff for those 2 spots is June 16th. If you're wanting to get on the trip, I suggest you go now and claim your spot. The link is on my Instagram profile, in all of my YouTube video description box, and on my website. You can find the link. This is a beautiful adventure. It's going to be so much, like, obviously bonding with nature and etc., but the group, it's the spiritual sense, the found family. Every single day I have this workshop in place where we're going to dive into so many different topics: inner child healing, teaching you tarot, spiritual alchemy, manifestation techniques, so much more. And I'm giving a gift basket to every single one of the people who joins, full of spiritual divination tools and my personal oracle cards that are currently in production. If you're interested in joining and you have any other questions as well, send me an email at contact@offprintmint.com. I'd be honored to answer the questions for you. Now we're going to talk about Twitch. Over on Twitch, at Uncle Bronze Official, I give away a free tarot reading every single stream. All you must simply do to enter the giveaway is follow me on Twitch, watch the active live stream, and comment the keyword of the chat. The keyword of the chat is always on my screen in the top right hand corner. And make sure your inboxes are open to where somebody who's not your friend can message you. You'd have to go into your settings and change this. Because if you win the giveaway and you organically leave the stream, go on with your day, you got something you got to do, and you win, I can't let you know unless that's open. That's what I got for y'all today. And I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.